The United States and Israel have been jointly bombing Iran for nearly a month now. Do you think Iran is on the verge of collapse, or is it still holding on? On the very first day of Operation Epic Rage, the U.S.-Israel coalition demonstrated their dense intelligence network and precision strike missile capabilities. In one swift move, they eliminated Iran's supreme leader, who had been in power for 37 years, along with a large number of top military and political figures. Logically speaking, when a country loses its head of state and leadership, it should fall into chaos or even collapse entirely. Venezuela is a living example of that. But Iran didn't. Instead, the Iranian regime behaves like a cockroach of the Middle East. As soon as the supreme leader was gone, his son Mojtaba immediately stepped in. The transfer of power was so fast, it felt like a relay race, seamless and uninterrupted. Today, let's talk about Iran, this Middle Eastern cockroach, and its unique survival strategy. So, what gives Iran such strong resilience? Let's start with its hardest core, underground defense. Do you think their missiles are just sitting on the surface waiting to be bombed? Think again. Over the past decades, Iran has built at least 27 underground missile cities beneath granite mountains. These facilities are buried up to 100 meters deep. What does that mean? Even the U.S. military's most powerful bunker buster, the GBU-57, might only scratch the surface. Over the past 3 weeks, the U.S.-Israel coalition has carried out 15,000 strikes, claiming to have destroyed 90% of Iran's missile capabilities. And yet, Iran can still launch 10 to 15 missiles daily in retaliation. Why? Because beneath the ground, they have rail systems. If one launch silo is destroyed, trains simply transport missiles to another silo and continue firing. It's like cockroaches in the sewer. You think you've wiped them out, but they've just moved elsewhere, only to reappear later, as lively as ever. Many people might think, if they can't be destroyed underground, why not just send in tanks and wipe Iran out with ground forces? With well-trained troops and advanced U.S. weaponry, what country could withstand that? Well, it's not that simple. If you look at Iran's satellite map, you'll see a vast, mountainous country with nearly 100 million people. A ground war there would be unimaginably terrifying in scale. Military experts estimate that fully occupying Iran would require hundreds of thousands of troops, and even then, forces would be dragged into endless urban warfare, guerrilla combat, and hidden underground bunkers. It would become an enhanced version of the Iraq nightmare. On top of that, Israel is already stretched thin fighting in Gaza, Lebanon, and beyond. Their reserves are exhausted and simply cannot sustain such a long-distance, large-scale campaign. So for the US and Israel, the smartest strategy right now is to keep launching missiles and degrade Iran's capabilities. As for occupying the country, that would be political suicide. Trump's ideal war scenario at the beginning was simple: bomb military facilities, destroy Iran's armed forces, decapitate its leadership, and leave the regime unable to control internal dissent. But reality never follows the script. Remember the protests in Iran a few months ago? They were brutally suppressed by the government. Do people want to overthrow the regime? The truth is, Iranians are living under dual fear. They fear bombs from above, but they fear the Basij militia at their doorstep even more. The regime controls society like an iron cage. These 450,000 Basij members are embedded everywhere. Mosques, universities, even neighborhoods. Your neighbor could be an informant. At the start of the war, the government cut off the internet and used food rationing as leveraged disobedience could mean starvation. At the same time, foreign bombings have triggered nationalism. People think, no matter how bad the government is, survival and the country come first. This is the so-called rally around the flag effect. Behind the scenes, China and Russia are also supporting Iran. China buys 90% of Iran's oil, while Russia provides intelligence and satellite guidance. This support keeps Iran afloat and maintains its control over society. On the other hand, years of ideological indoctrination mean that some citizens still support the regime. When Khamenei's death was confirmed, many people mourned deeply, even organizing memorial marches. This dense control network has prevented Trump's plan from succeeding, and instead, he is now trapped in a surge of global energy prices. Now, let's talk about Trump. Recently, he threatened to strike Iran's energy facilities. The deadline shifted from 48 hours to 5 days, and eventually to 10 days, landing on April 6. Everyone is asking, is Trump backing down again, or are negotiations actually going well? In reality, this is a high-stakes gamble. Trump claims talks are going very well, but internally he must be under pressure, because global oil prices have already surged past $105 per barrel. If Iran's power infrastructure were truly destroyed, Iran has warned it would drag the entire Persian Gulf into chaos. Oil prices could spike to $150, triggering massive inflation in the US, a political disaster for Trump. So this 10-day delay is essentially giving himself a way out. Meanwhile, Iran reciprocated by allowing 10 oil tankers to pass through the strait as a gesture, letting both sides save face. Finally, the question everyone cares about: how long will this war last? At the moment, mid-April to early May appears to be a key ceasefire window. Iran's underground facilities are strong, but they are running out of precision components. Continuing the war could lead to total paralysis. On Trump's side, he needs a winning narrative to present back home, stabilizing the stock market, lowering oil prices, and securing support for upcoming elections. So, the most likely ending? Iran publicly agrees to pause nuclear development, while the US lifts energy sanctions. Both sides shake hands and call it peace, drawing a blurred ending to this war. Even if the war ends soon, Iran, the cockroach, has already shown a level of resilience that has taught the world's major powers a lesson. Thanks for watching. If you found this analysis interesting, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.